What's up, guys? I'm going to be talking to you about saltwater aquariums and starting out with saltwater aquariums. I believe that it's very useful, especially like myself. I'm just starting out, so it really does help to get on YouTube and look on sites and do your research on everything. What I started with was a 30-gallon tank, and it actually sat there for about 3 months without any water in it until I decided what I was going to do. Everybody has fresh water. Everybody has cichlids. Everybody has this. Everybody has that. My wife wanted to go with something different, and I also did too. We wanted to go with, coral, reef, stuff like that. It's awesome, some little clownfish, some Nemos, whatever. So I got it set up. I got the salinity right, and which is it's crazy because not a lot of people know that beginning that it takes so much salt to put into a saltwater tank. What I did was I went to Petco and I got the instant ocean sea salt. Now you can find this cheaper at different places, but 3 pounds makes 5 gallons. And that's crazy. Excuse me, makes 10 gallons. And that's crazy. So I got a 30-gallon tank, so I needed about 9 pounds of salt. So once I got the salinity right in there, I used my hydrometer, which is not a refractor, but refractor is a little bit more accurate, but this does the job. It tells you where you're at. I also went and got a $6 pH kit. Got a little chart with it, tells you what what you're looking like in it. Just a little color chart so you can match it up. Now I've learned that you don't necessarily have to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars put into this stuff. I basically got no sump underneath my tank whatsoever. Some tools a little messy, excuse that. But I got my air running, I got my heater, I got my filters. And you're like, where's your protein skimmer? Where's all that? You don't need all that. I mean, if you've got a lot of fish in your tank, you are going to need some filtration like that. However, this live rock comes with microorganisms. The coralline algae in there actually helps as a biological filter. So now that I've got my tank set up and I got my water, I went to Aquarium Imports. It's actually WNC Imports off Asheville Highway in Fletcher, North Carolina. This guy's great. He takes the time. If I call, he'll take his time. He'll answer my questions. Go along with me. He actually gave me a great price on the live rock there. And I actually went online. Don't believe everything you read online, because I drove all the way, I'd say about 30 miles away, just to go check out this place that said we got the cheapest coral live rock that there is. So when I get there, all they had was dry rock, and it was more expensive than the guy at WNC, which I'd already, do your research. Go check out different stores and all that. But anyway, I ended up getting this for $5.99 a pound. Up there for the dry rock was $6.99 a pound, and it didn't even have the beneficial, stuff that I needed on it already. So I drove back down to WNC, went and got these 2 pieces of live rock for about $60, about 8 pounds, and it was just it was awesome. I just didn't believe that it was new to me. I've been doing freshwater for so long, and I'm going through my nitrogen cycle. It's still a little hazy in there, you can see, and this will go away. After that nitrogen cycle goes through, the live rock will help jumpstart that, introducing the bacteria that you need into your tank, and also basically a biological filter. So the most of my money was spent on the live rock, and that's going to do a lot. There's a lot of people that got protein skimmers, that got canister sunk pumps and all that. I was told, if you got a little reef tank, you don't need all that. So you don't need to go and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I bought this tank for $1 a gallon at the Petco sale. I got this lid with a light with it for about $5 at Goodwill. And then I went and got a submersible LED, so I'd have that par rating for when I do want to add coral. So once you got your temperature and your salinity right, you'll start to process the ammonia in the tank. And by adding live rock, this jump starts the process, and therefore making the nitrogen cycle go through a lot faster. Like I said, I ain't got a whole bunch of money spending this. I probably got about 200 put in it. But, you know, that's all I basically need is a heater, some water movement filter, biological filter, and that's where I'm going with it. And it's taking a little while. Be careful what you buy, because I got this little Chinese heater for my tank, and the temperature's fluctuating all crazy. So I think I'm going to go and buy a different heater today and get that temperature set, because once you get that temperature set, you can actually progress. Make sure you're testing all the time, and you know, you're pretty good. I'd say 2 times a week. This guy suggested every Sunday and Wednesday. That's a good deal. You know, go do it after you go to church. So hopefully that's where I'm started. I've noticed that I've gotten some hitchhikers. I haven't got any brittle stars or anything like that, but you know, some very interesting critters came with the rock itself, and I thought it was very interesting. Me and my wife like kind of looking around and just kind of checking everything. It's just a tank with rocks in it, but if you look at the rocks, there's stuff teeming all over it. I mean, it's all over the place. It you know, will basically kind of, you know, catch your eye. And there are some things in there that I'm worried about. Like there's a little, I think they call it a brittle worm or something like that, bristle worm, something of that nature. And I think I might have to get rid of him. And I heard all you do is shoot them with hydrogen peroxide. As long as you ain't using a whole bunch, it won't hurt the tank. But as far as that's concerned, you know, I may have to deal with a couple pests from this. But the coralline algae that I got and the benefits from the biological filter in here outweigh the risk. So I just think it's great. This little piece I got in the middle here, I got it for like $8 at Goodwill. I'm waiting for it to gain that algae growth on it and change color too. The water haze will go away once this cycle is done. And you know, this is where I'm starting at. You don't gotta go and spend thousands and thousands of dollars. I just think that's ridiculous. But there's this guy I just seen on YouTube. He don't got none of this. He collects his own seawater. He, you know, does his water changes regularly, so he don't really have to test the water because he's putting seawater in it. And I thought that was great. You know, maybe a little trip to beach. I know you can introduce parasites into your tank that you do not want, so I don't suggest going to the beach and collecting stuff yourself. But this guy's got it going on, you know. He's got soft coral and hard coral and LPS, SPS, same thing. They're growing great in his tank. So, you know, as far as that concerns, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to have a successful tank. You know, as far as the PAR ratings are, it's kind of hard to find that calculating device. You know, a lot of the LEDs nowadays have this little thing in the booklet that comes with them that gives you that PAR rating, you know, but that doesn't really come into effect until you're growing your SPS and LPS, which is something that I am going to be growing. There's going to be coral all over this baby, so I'm going to keep y'all in touch. Again, this is Louie, and we're doing our saltwater thing, and I hope y'all have a good day. Thank you for watching. Join and subscribe.